Apa kabar, ni hao and hello. In this video, I will be sharing 5 major tips that will drastically improve your SPM score. This video is short and compact but highly informative, so stay tuned. Okay, as a brief introduction, my name is Faiz. I graduated from MRSM Lenggong. I took SPM in 2017. Yeah, and kind of a bummer, I didn't get straight A+, but I did get Jang Jang. You guys can see it. Okay, guys. So the A was for additional mathematics. If you have the translated version, I kind of feel like they translated it in quite an extravagant and excessive way, I guess, because they literally wrote the A+ as super distinction, which is quite extra, I think. Or one quick thing is that the things that I'm about to share works for me, it might not work for you. Everyone floats using different boat. Also, do remember to refer back to your teacher with anything that I'm about to share, because SPM, the format might change in the future, I never know. Without further ado, let's start. The first and most crucial tip is do your past year papers. I cannot emphasize this enough, but if you notice, the questions in SPM are actually quite repetitive. And when I say do your past year paper, I don't just mean you do it once and then you leave it out there in the cold. I mean do, and then you have to revise it and redo it a couple of times. That's what I did, and fortunately, after doing several times, I get a sense of the questions and how to answer these particular questions, and that actually works for my trials and for my real SPM. The questions that came out were actually questions that I've done before, and they were inside the trial papers, the past year papers. So yeah, please do your past year papers. And for the list that I recommend you guys do your past year questions are: number 1, the actual SPM papers; number 2 is MARA trial papers; number 3, SBP trials paper; number 4, your states trials paper; and number 5, if you have done all of them, you can do the model papers. Okay, moving on, number 2, this is tips for your Karangan/essay. So what I did during my time was that every night I would read a module essay or a module Karangan, and from there I would find Frasa, menarik, or these interesting vocabularies, and I would actually write it down in a book. And you guys can see I've actually wrote a lot of it in like one book. You guys have to prepare a book that write all of these interesting vocabularies. Once you have written down all of your vocabulary/frasa, menarik, please revise them every single night. It will only take at most 15 minutes, and make sure to use it in your writings, okay? Don't just remember them and never use it. A few examples that I can give to you guys is that in English, here are the common words that you can replace them with these bombastic words, okay? Number 3, and this is for specifically for your English essay. For paper 1, the section B, continuous writing, there's actually several types of essay you can write. They are narrative, argumentative, descriptive, and factual. Out of all of these, I highly recommend you guys write the one that is story-based writing. Story ones are the one that is interesting and will make your examiner hook on your papers. One more quick tip is that when you do a story, your story must have a plot twist to it. Please remember, must have a plot twist to it. Please pre-plan your plots. That means you already have kind of a brief plot that you know what you're gonna write before the exam even starts, and you have to prepare several of it that can fit into every questions that come out. That's what I did. I have like 3 plots that I remembered that can go into any questions that come out. In that way, you will not waste any time. When the questions are out, you already know what you're gonna write, what kind of plot you're gonna write that consists of a plot twist that will be interesting for the examiner to read. Number 4 is memorizing. In Sejarah, there's a few subjects that require a lot of memorization, like Sejarah and biology. And the method I use to memorize all of the facts and information is I use acronyms to memorize them, and I also make stories. So, for example, we have the electrochemical series, and there's a lot of chemicals here. And instead of just memorizing K, Na, or like Ca, Mg, Al, you have to make a story out of it. So what I did was I wrote like K for kami, N for Na for nak, Ca for cari, Mg for makan, Al for ayam. So I can just like kami nak curi makan ayam, and like you see, you already have the story like kami nak curi makan ayam. My 5th tip is pre-plan your test. What I mean by pre-plan your test is that you have to know which section you want to answer and how many minutes you want to spend on it. I'll give you an example. In Karangan, in your Bahasa Malaysia Karangan, there's 2 sections you have to write. One is the short essay and one is the long essay. A lot of people make the mistake of spending more time in doing the first essay, lead to them having not much time to do the second essay, whereby the second essay is the one that provide them 100 marks, but the first essay, if I'm not mistaken, it's only 30 marks. So you see, you have to pre-plan. This also is important for your additional mathematics for paper 2, because for paper 2 there's this part where you can actually choose questions. They give you like, I seriously don't remember what's the form, but they give you like 5 questions and you can choose which question you want to answer. So for this, you also have to have a planning, like, which additional mathematics topic that I'm strong in, that I'm confident with. So I will only do that question. I will just keep this question because you can choose. So this is what I mean by pre-plan your test. So that is all from me, guys, for this video. I actually have a lot more to share, more in depth, but I feel like people nowadays have very short attention spans, so I'll just make this very short, pretty compact, but highly informative. If you want more in-depth video, or you want all the list of vocabularies that I've written down the BM, where's my BM? Yeah, the BM, what more the BM, I've wrote so much of BM. If you want all of this, you can just comment down below. I will definitely make a video and share with you guys. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. I know SPM is just in a few months time, but you still have time. Yeah, please secure that 90 plus for me, because sadly I didn't secure it for myself. So all the best, guys.